Actually, is this lethal? I think it is lethal, actually, because we have 15 power right here. Yeah. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today, as always. These are some of the highlights from our stream, and I really hope you enjoy the games. If you do really enjoy the program, please don't forget to leave a like and subscription. It really, really helps the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the games. Get all those fellas in there. Send that away. Do that thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am really looking forward to the new Elish Norn. Might be one of my new favorite cards of all time. Really looking forward to it. Okie Scoop, glad you made it. Oh, yes. Very excited. Very excited. It's also a 5-drop, so it might not be crazy, but it's going to be awesome. All right. So what other cards do we want to go on our Arcane Bombardment list? We've already done blue-red Arcane Bombardment. Titania's Command? I mean, I can get on board for that. That card's crazy. 6 mana. Exile target player's graveyard. Gain 1 life for each card. Exile this way. Search your library for up to 2 land cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Create 2 bears. Put 2 counters on each creature you control. You get to choose 2. Rampy build? I mean, that sounds good to me. Creatures only. That doesn't sound very good, Gromit. Burn down the house? I mean, burn down the house is good. All right. Cartographer's Survey. Ah! Look at the top 7. Put 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield tap. The rest in the bottom in a random order. I have been screwed over by this effect so many times. Why would we choose this one over the cycling one? That just actually fetches them, right? Migration's Path. This is only basics, but like it also cycles. It's good for 25 plus land. I mean, sure, except that stupid 1/1 for 3 that was supposed to ramp you every time, and it never did. It ramped me once out of every 4 stinking times, and every time my opponent played it, it ramped them. Out of whatever the heck that was. It was in like the Dominaria standard. I agree with that, Azura. So like, what do you call that thing? No, dang it. I'll show you. I'm just being salty. Don't worry about me. What the heck is the name of that card? Elvish Rejuvenator. Look at the top 5 cards. Put a land from among them on the battlefield tap. The rest of the bottom in a random order. The number of times this thing whiffed. Truly ridiculous. Truly ridiculous. Wait, stop. Shigeki? Shigeki isn't an instant or sorcery though, right? Does that matter? Satyr Wayfinder? Why do we want creatures? Satyr Wayfinder does put things into the bin, but Charlie Trotter. It is in the deck already. We have 4 of them. Well, that doesn't work either, Scum7. The DFC lands aren't lands. They're creatures or sorceries or whatever on the front, right? Unless you mean you want to add some sorceries for Arcane Bombardment to boost the mana count, which I would agree. That would be fine.
But I think we do want to stick to as many instants and sorceries as possible. Not to say we can't have planeswalkers, we can't have creatures or anything like that, but, you know, we need to be fairly pure. Goblin Gathering? All right. Then, what about Cultivate? Is Cultivate better than Migration's Path? It did specify Explorer in the thing, but I couldn't fit it. We were limited by the number of characters, so I think that's up in the air. I mean, what else is in standard? I mean, that's all fair. Migration's Path does seem pretty good. What about... if we go, like, historic, we can get into the north and stuff, right? So that would be turn 2, you know, into the north, explore. 2-mana ramp seems a lot better than 3-mana ramp. All right, give me a second. Let's manage a poll. This is just going to be a 1 minute poll, so make sure to get your votes in quick. Okay. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Dragon Fodder might be better than Goblin Gathering. It does exile from the bin, the Goblin Gathering, so I think you might be right. Is Dragon Fighter on the client? It is on the client. All right. Currently, Standard's winning. Got your votes in, folks. I mean, Awake in the Woods, you can only cast for X, you know, if it gets exiled from the bin, it's X equals 0, right? I mean, Invoke Despair is hilarious, Steino. Vazul, good to see you. All right, Historic wins barely. By 1 vote over Standard. Very close one. Very close one. All right, so, yeah, I think that is a huge draw. See? Gotta actually set it. Explore is a huge draw. Is Into the North where we want to be as well? Or do you think, yeah? 2, 4, 6, I agree. So being able to ramp here, skip 3, go to 4. That's 60 cards right now, but I think the Goblin Gathering can likely go, right? Because it does care about cards in the graveyard, which we're exiling the Goblin Gatherings from the graveyard. Arlen Cord would be interesting. Is Brotherhood's End better, or like Anger the Gods? Anger the Gods exiles, but Brotherhood's End has the flexibility of artifacts. You think Brotherhood's End? Molten Impact is a great one. How much ramp do we want? right? Um, 12 seems good. I mean, if we're on 12 ramp, do we want... How do we feel about our land base? Cleansing Wildfire. Interesting. A good point, Ball. If we do end up against Charbelcher, sometimes destroying their like treasures and things like that is good. Well, and Titania's command, right? Don't. Creating a bunch of bears, putting counters on all of our creatures. It'll actually win pretty quickly with either of these cards. Right? I mean, Cleansing Wildfire is good. It does draw a card. You know, it does mess up opponents' creature lands and stuff like that. We don't have indestructible lands, though, to take advantage of the ramping aspect. Bolt is, unfortunately, still banned. We are, in Explorer, we can't do Stone Rain, which we're not ramping, but it is slowing our opponent down. How do you folks feel about Stone Rain? Oops, sorry. Yeah? So does that mean cut down on the number of 8 of them? All right, so what do we cut for it, folks? We're at 66 cards right now. Stone Rain seems bad. Well, I mean, do we? With Burn Down the House, Titania's command, you end cards like... You end the game relatively quickly, right? Well, I mean, these are our win conditions. If we cut any of these, I feel like we need to make accommodations with other win conditions, right? Because remember, this makes hasty creatures. So if we get a Burn Down the House or a Titania's command underneath Arcane Bombardment, every turn we start going off. We do crazy things, right? Oh, shoot. We don't have any Faithless Looting. We can't build this deck without Faithless Looting, can we? We can't, like, correct? Am I mistaken? So we all right, cut the stinking Stone Rains. Fine. That hurts. I think it is better than Cultivate Ball because of the way the game plays out. You want to be ramping on 2. And then you play a land on turn 3, and you got a ramped land on turn 2. So that means on turn 3 you have 4 mana. Migration's Path into Arcane Bombardment is ideally the best way to go. It is kind of a lot of board sweepers, Go Caliper, but remember, we're not doing anything for a long time. You think big score, Darwin? What do you guys think is better, Faithless Looting or big score? Faithless Looting we can cast back from the bin to trigger Arcane Bombardment. I mean, I agree with all that stuff, but what do we cut for all that stuff? We're currently at 66 cards. None of the cards that I have added are required, right? I want to stress that. Do we have enough win conditions if we got the commands? I'm not being hateful, I'm just saying, like, we don't have that many win conditions. If we're adding, like, Shock, then yes. Right now, there's Faithless Looting to find the Arcane Bombardments. Go, Calper. Chronically ill. Darn it, Redacted. Good to see you. I'm kind of on board for the spike field hazards. Because I think we want to pad our land count just a little bit. We can be at 24 like this. All right. Darn it. All right. So here's what I think, folks. I think we're going to do this. Then we need to cut 4 more cards. I'm going to fix the mana base real quick. 4 cards, folks. I think that's fine. And then snow. Always makes me think of the Red Hot Chili Pepper song. No, I guess actually want to be a little heavier on red sources, I guess. Something like that. -4 Arcane Bombardment. I mean, it might make the deck better, go Calper, but I'm not sure that's where we want to be. 3 Bombardment and 3 Suns because we're on 4 Burn Down the House. Remind you of Californication. All right, folks, 2 more cuts. All right, you know what? Fine. This is a 6-drop, so what if we cut 1 Titania's Command, 1 Explore? We can always come back and put it back in if we decide we were wrong. We'll keep this. Don't mind if I did. All right. Serious answer time. Eggnog is a top-tier beverage. Absolutely top tier. Goblin Trap Finder. Explore. Hey, there we go. Really wanted to get the Goblin Trap Finder with the Spike Field Hazard there, but didn't want them to sacrifice in response. So this is great. This is absolutely great. Heck yeah. So land, big score on their turn. Ended up being scrambled eggs and milk. Believe it or not, that is not the end of the world, Jen and I. My daughter had that could mean you are closer than you think, right? My daughter has made some like absolutely fantastic eggnog, and using the same recipe, the first time she did it, she overcooked her eggs a little bit, and that's kind of what it turned out as. But yeah, it's actually quite good otherwise. Hey, there we go. Yeah, baby. No, Procon, I don't think so, because we're just not that worried about Croxa currently. If they go to Luris it back, then we'll get it this time. But what we really wanted to do was get down Arcane Bombardment sooner rather than later. Yeah, so like this. Exactly. Spike Field Hazard. Got some Brotherhood Zen? Fair enough. Create your treasure. Can they sacrifice in response now? Oh my gosh, that would have been horrible. All right, you get me. Sure. Explore. And we get Spike Field Hazard your face. Destroy all artifacts. Draw a card. It's a Rockfall Veil, which I think we're actually going to hold on to just in case they have another discard effect. We would like to be able to keep triggering Arcane Bombardment. Revival Revenge brings back Luris. Shambling Gas comes back. Diabolic Intent. Oh boy. All right, darn it. Yeah. These things happen. Try to get a cough drop here, folks. Ugh. That's how you end up with Hellraiser? I mean, I suppose, Boondoggle. Opponent is digging for an answer to Arcane Bombardment, so we hope they don't find it. It could be Thoughtseize. That would be annoying. And burn down the house. Arcane Bombardment. Big score, yes. And Spike Field Hazard. Oh, darn it. No, I cast in the wrong order. Oh, you fool. Darn it. Yeah, shoot. Thank you, Gemini. That's definitely a punt. A pretty gross punt, honestly. Going to save the Explore for next turn. Yeah, shoot. That ordering. Really unfortunate ordering there. Yeah. The extra looting. Very, very nice there. Okay, they have Faithless Looting. You got it. Gross Point Blank. I believe it was, Boondoggle. Going to discard a land here. You got me. We do lose life over it. Grim Wanderer and Flamingo says, I can't win. Hard days happen, but you dwell on it, it gets worse. Interesting. Well, maybe we'll do that and that then, and just actually put the lands on the board. Gataxian Recycler, just to get loads of that. I mean, it sounds like there would be. Gataxian anything is likely to be breakable, right? At least if history is anything to go by. Migration's Path. A forest, a mountain. Come on down. The Rada's Firebrand is terrifying. Squee-Dubious Monarch shows up. $14 damage is very possible here. So we are going to Arcane Bombardment and pray that we don't die, but I don't think we're going to get a better chance to resolve this. You know, we sweep the board now, they just deploy another big threat, right? So we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Runvelt Horde Master shows up. EI. Yeah, that's a good one. Damage, damage, damage down to 4. E-I-E-I-O. All right. The Runvelt Horde Master is terrifying. Oh, into the Spikefield Hazard. Holy crud, thank heavens. So, our opponent gets to exile a million things, but we have a chance at exiling the Brotherhood's End. Not a great chance, but it is a chance. Actually, is it better to just burn down the house? It might be better to just burn down the house for chum blockers. It probably is. It is definitely better, I think. And we're going to save this for discarding purposes to the big score. Because this gives us a much better chance on the upcoming turns. I mean, it'll be at least fun, Ducky, right? I mean, knights are sweet. And there are enough really powerful knights that, you know, it definitely could work. All right, Firebrand. Battlecry Goblin. Into the north. We exile. Into the north. All right, well, fine. You got me. And we get a forest. And a mountain. And yeah, you know, folks, more Devilles. I mean, yes, kinda. And sorry, my daughter was making fun of me. She loves me, I assure you, but you can't always tell. All right, they're going to try and go to combat. We're going to remove the Goblin Morale Sergeant right now. Get it out. Get it out. We get... not what we wanted. That's for sure. Not what we wanted at all. But we do get all those stinking lands out of here. So there is that. Opponent gets in. It is just one creature, right? Okay. So we block, 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 block. Damage, 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 damage. It could be Stone Rain Productions, but keep in mind, normally, once this gets going, we're in pretty good shape, right? Well, all right. So we're going to do this right now. No, actually, we're going to do this, right? To get it out of the bin so we don't accidentally exile it. Burn down the house. Thank heavens. Make dudes. Big score. Discard that. And then this is an instant, right? The Magma Opus is an instant. So we're going to get to destroy whatever we want next turn. Discard 2 cards. So you and you, I guess. You got it. We're going to take one more turn off. I don't expect them to have any direct damage considering what they've shown us. So I think being safe is better. We're going to go really, really wide here real quick. We assume this is mainly just like Squee coming back, maybe another Goblin or something like that as well. Yep. Magma Opus. Don't mind if I do. And 2, and 2. Think we've got him, folks. Burn down the house. Make dudes. Big score. I guess discard big score. And having the board sweeper exiled like that is kind of nice. But our board is much better than our opponent's board right now, so I don't think we want to mess with that. Brotherhood's End destroying all artifacts? That's probably not right where we want to be. And for style points, all right, we were gonna win anyway, Operation Remy. I mean, I guess, right? It's got to be fun. With Corrupt and Red and Black in Invokes? That does sound like a lot of fun. Uh-oh. Is Liberty Chip playing in the mirror? Are they also Arcane Bombardment? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, Corrupt's a great time. Let's bin that, but I'm not ready to get rid of our Molten Impact yet. It easily could still be a creature, right? Hey, feels good on Original One. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yeah, let's just fifth salute. Me too, Stone Rain Productions. Me too. Many of you may not know this, but I actually won a relatively prolific tournament this past year with it. In January of 2022. I took first place with 4 Phyrexian Obliterators in my deck. Pogshim, glad you made it, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you very much, dropping that 16 months subscription on me. Appreciate it. Very, very kind. Uh-oh, Goreclaw. Jeez, that's scary. That is scary. I don't think we can let that live. And I don't think Brotherhood's End is going to be very good against whatever it is that our opponent's doing. So I guess we're going to hang on to it. We're going to hold on to the Spike Field Hazard too. We did not. It was actually a mono black brew. We also used yeah, there was quite a bit of nonsense in it, but it was mainly just Rotting Regisaurs and Phyrexian Reclamations and Phyrexian Obliterators. It was a blast. All right, well, big score. It's possible we're supposed to play the Spike Field Hazard, but we're probably going to be doing instant speed things with it, or at least that's the goal. So, folks, our opponent might just be on Arcane Bombardment. I have no idea. Averbuck Caretaker. All right, you got me. It was fun. I think I've still got the list somewhere. Yeah, get it out of here. Into the north. You got it. Land Arcane Bombardment. We've had to loot away a lot of things. At the time, yeah, it's true. It was mainly because Izzet was everywhere. Everywhere. So the damage-based removal was everywhere, right? And so on Holy Heat, this was pre-nerfed on the Holy Heat, and it was in Historic. I think we are gonna wait. Yeah, try and ambush. Because we could get... There are 2 Titanius commands! Yes! Alright. Got him! Taste it! Okay, then we get... Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Bears and counters. And we will loot... We don't want to hit the Into the North, so we're not going to cast it, but... No attacks. Pass the turn. See how things go. Why not ping face? Patrick Mendy, we probably actually should have. We probably gave up a point of damage there. I guess there was some Christmas land scenario in my mind where we were putting together a lot more damage than was strictly going to be available. There's no way we would have gotten to 11 damage there, so we gave up a point of damage, I think. But with Arcane Bombardment, it does such crazy things. It's easy to try and be prepared, because holy crud, you know? Well, you know. Those things are awesome. Doesn't really do it right now, right? So like this, and I mean, I guess we'll soak up some damage, but I think I want to keep some creatures around for putting counters on. I don't want to risk dying though, in case they have a pump spell. I guess they could have given double strike or something, but with trample already, double strike was always going to kill us, so. Burn down the house. Dudes. I mean, yeah, but if they had double strike, we were just dead, right? I mean, sure. All right. And dudes and counters. Looting. Going to keep the Arcane Bombardment just in case they do come up with a disenchant spell. 9? All right. We are now presenting lethal. So, you know. Our opponent can't activate Lair of the Hydra, but it doesn't have trample. They've shown us cards that give trample, Crash Through specifically. But Craterhoof technically as well. I don't know how many Craterhoofs they have, but they could have maybe a lot, right? Our opponent is definitely giving off that combo vibe. Okay. So I guess this might seem weird, folks. We're not killing either of these things. But I think we're going to block like this. If it's cleave, we're just dead on original one, right? But I don't want them to be able to grant trample. Let's see, 4. I guess if they have trample, we're just dead, right? No, we're not dead. All right, what do you got? All right, damage, damage, damage. Okay. I guess explore? Sure. Was really open for more creatures. Actually, creating treasures is better. Yeah. We will keep sending away lands, that's for sure. Actually, is this lethal? I think it is lethal, actually, because we have 15 power right here. Yeah. Getcha? Oh, my goodness. Thank heavens. But we do have Molten Impact into Brotherhood's End that we can cast, so I think we're going to hang on to it. We're going to draw into green sooner or later. My hat just wasn't fancy enough. Darn it. I should have known. I should have known. I mean, you're not wrong, Procon. The fact that we were able to battle through that, man, that was wild. But oh well. Oh man, I wanted to win it though. Oh well, GG. Aromas. Digging for a land and deep in the tank about it. I wonder if they forgot to put basics in their deck. The old Fabled Passage all dual land deck. That would be embarrassing. That would be embarrassing. Oh, hey. Oh, May brought me tea. I didn't even spill this one, folks. Didn't even spill it. Oh, it was plains. All right, well. So much for our fantasy. Snow-covered mountain, come on down. Jenna, don't tell her. Don't tell her. Oh my goodness. Dawn of Hope. I have no idea what our opponent's doing, but I'm on board for it. I am on board for it. Soul Warden. So I guess we're gonna explore. Draw a card. It was into the north. All right. Well, that's a fine one. We are going to Molten Impact because Soul Warden is one of the scarier cards in the format. Soul Warden shows up. Fine. Into the north. And if we hadn't got this Stomping Ground, we would have gone with a snow-covered forest. But since we did, we're free to get this Volatile Fjord and pop it down. We are now prepared for our Arcane Bombardments, which will be coming along shortly, I'm confident. He says, without any measure of surety. But big score, a very, very good one. Gonna wait until their turn to do it. No reason to tip our hand. Opponent holding on to a bunch of stuff as well. Probably just gonna be Dawn of Hoping is my best guess. Yeah, right. Send away a Brotherhood's End. Orange pulped, probably. Glad you made it, my friend. Good to see you again. So we probably just Titania's command, right? The alternative, Dawn of Hope, one of my favorite cards on the client, and I'm going to talk about it in just a minute. Let's burn down the house, create 1/1s, and there's a method to my madness here. Because if we get an untapped land next turn, we will have 9 mana, which means we can burn down the house again and Titania's command on the same turn. That's a lot. So we're going to get in like so. We're expecting them to make a dude. I doubt they're going to want to block with the dude here, though they might. We're going to give them the opportunity. Them not growing that dude is kind of advantageous. Okay, yeah, these things are fine. We're, you know, it would have grown with Titania's command, so in some ways we're bummed. But the rest of the ways, we are definitely not bummed. But yeah, so like, one of the best arts on the client. This in full art is amazing with the leaves and everything, because it's obviously an elven society, right? But you can tell in the art that all of the architecture is all kind of broken down and disheveled, right? It's coming out of night, so and it's all symbolism. It's all symbolic and stuff, right? Where Things are obviously looking very, very bad for the elven people, and there's autumn and the leaves are all falling, and they're in green and everything. They're clearly like wood elf style things. Everything is terrible. And it's but it's coming out of night, and the sun is rising. Like there's this dawn of hope. There's a chance it's coming out. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, well, pay the life. Did I screw it up? We needed 10 mana, didn't we? We absolutely needed 10 mana. So I just shocked for no reason. Well. Oh, I have 10. I needed 11. Yeah. I'm sorry. Because I need the 6 and the 5. Apparently I've been streaming a while, folks. Math skills not on point. How do I salvage this? Whatever. I think we're going to stick with the plan. Make dudes, put counters. Because the Daxos still can't kill these devils. And we do want to pressure the life total away from the more terrifying thresholds of like 27 life and stuff. And Lasene, glad you're out there. Good to see you. Unfortunately, you had to see me at my least able to do math level. Opponent thinks better of it. Elects not to block. Probably wise. Yeah. Exactly, YY. Exactly. Okay. So we can burn down. They can block 8. Then they take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Gain 1. They also could settle. Are we even angry if they settle? I guess it would kind of wreck us. We only have 8 lands, or 8 basics in the deck. So I guess let's not go overboard here. We'll burn down the house. Make dudes. Go to combat. Go like this. It was settle. All right. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Rewarded for that. Hold on. I'm glad you didn't wear your hat, Chronicleo. You know? The Dawn of Hope is a great way of covering for Settle the Wreckage. I myself have used that a number of different times. Took your advice about not being toxic and started building a two-lane value deck. Hey, feels good, Gromit. Way to take the high ground. Awkward. Let's cycle. Oh. Okay. Well, that makes things much easier. Molten Impact. Make Daxos leave. They make a dude. You got it. Gains a life. Yep. As we expected. Get out. Then, we're going to go ahead and use that and sweep. I think we are going to hold on to the burn down the house just in case. Because remember, those are hasty dudes. Right? All right. What do you say? Then I said, screw it and Bell Newmont. Okay, well, you know. I mean, fair enough, Gromit. Interesting. All right. We're going to go for it. Do you have another settle? They do. All right, fine. Unfortunate. We have a lot of really, really good draws here. I think we're just going to hold on to everything. We can burn down the house next turn. But I really don't want to discard burn down the house right now. All right, 6 damage. Linden grows the Heliod. Yep. And they draw a card. All right, down to 11. And black mana shows up. Okay. Do we discard the Sweltering Suns? Very, very odd situation to find ourselves in. I think we are going to not discard it, because Heliod kind of a ways from coming online if not for that. We are going to hold back just the one blocker. Not thrilled about it, but I do think at 11 life there are definitely ways we can die here. I mean, in fairness, they're decking Linden, so I doubt black is a significant portion of their game. I was going to say, they're probably playing things like Veto or Exquisite Blood, that sort of thing, you know? Well, folks, we would really like to find our Arcane Bombardments. All of them in the bottom half so far. Okay. Oh my goodness, folks. There we go. And I think we actually have to hold on to it, don't we? Because it won't be our first instant or sorcery if we like Faithless Looting or whatever. Oh boy. Ay, ay, ay. All right. Opponent does make a dude. And block. Block. Okay. Or, oh, no, no! We were definitely supposed to kill Veto there. Oh, we weren't going to be able to kill Veto. All right, well, fine. Fortunately, I'm an idiot. Banishing Light. Well, glad we did an Arcane Bombardment. Okay, Veto. Folks, the problem is, since they made us dig to halfway through the deck, over halfway, we're actually 2/3 of the way through the deck. We have most of our deck in our bin. It's going to be a long time before we are able to get what we need, right? Faithless Looting. I mean, Sweltering Suns. I think we are going to get rid of the Veto. As much as I don't want to, I didn't want to discard our other Arcane Bombardment, because they easily could just have another Banishing Light here. The Veto is just going to kill us very, very quickly. All right. Ixalan's binding. Wow. I guess it was a good thing we discarded it. Dawn of Hope creates a dude. And we keep drawing lands somehow. Hey. Well, those things are good. I think we're gonna let him hit. Actually, we are not going to let them hit. So those two. Those two. All right. Aromas. Really didn't want to have to do this because now they can get rid of our 4/4, you know? And they have the mana to do it. Either kill spells or banishing lights or Ixalan's bindings, and like there's a million different ways. Yeah, banishing light comes down. Indeed. Shoot. Okay, so I guess big score away into the north. That doesn't really do it. Faithless looting. Hey, and to burn down the house. There we go. Dudes. Dudes. Go. Gotcha, Aromas. Gotcha.